message they come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too. Welcome to the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Thank you for staying with us. It is to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And time right now is 8:45 a.m. It's time for us to look at the major headline on the front pages of our papers this morning. And of course, it is as regards reactions to the national broadcast. The presidential speech that was broadcast yesterday, 7 a.m. with a repeat at about 3 p.m. Well, there's been different reactions. A lot of people saying different things as regards the protest. The headline on the front page of Vanguard reads, Tinubu's broadcast fell short of expectations. And that's coming from organizers, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Professor Wole Soyinka, Femi Falana, PDP, NLC, and others, saying, with their reactions as regards the president's speech. Deji Adeyanju, one of the main organizers of the nationwide protest, described the broadcast by the president as a complete disaster. He said the president failed to address the demands of protesters, not even one, and this is very disappointing and unfortunate because there's no other way to explain it. All right. He said the president's broadcast to the nation was just a complete disaster, a very disappointing broadcast. Indeed, our expectations from the broadcast were so many that he has spoken with political leaders at all levels. Politicians are now willing to make sacrifices because on day one of his administration, he asked Nigerians to make sacrifices, and all those were the expectations. But, none of these were dealt with. All right. Also, we have a coordinator of the protest in Osun State, Ajala Adetunji, and said his group, Coalition of Concerned Nigerian Citizens, would meet to discuss the way out. But then his reaction was that the president was not specific on what the government will do to address the demands of the youth. The president's call for dialogue is an open-ended appeal which does not have a clear indicator of what will be done. Similarly, Mr. Emmanuel Olowu said, as far as the president's speech is concerned, he has not addressed our worries. But that notwithstanding, we'll convert later to discuss way forward. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, in his own reaction to the president's speech, dismissed the broadcast as a hollow speech devoid of solutions to the hardship facing Nigerians. He said, and I quote, his speech neglects the pressing economic hardships that have besieged Nigerian families since the very beginning of his tenure. This administration lacks credibility and fails to offer any immediate, tangible solutions to the Nigerian people. And given the extensive publicity surrounding the protest and the threats issued by the government officials against demonstrations, one would have expected President Tinubu to present groundbreaking reforms, particularly those aimed at reducing the exorbitant costs of governance. But alas, no such announcements were made. The president ignored the protesters' demands, such as suspension or the purchase of aircraft for the president, downsizing his bloated cabinet, or even eliminating the costly and burdensome office of the First Lady, who has been indulging in extravagant trips at the nation's expense. While the president has spoken, it is unfortunate that his words lack substance and respect for the protesters' sentiments, leaving Nigerians with little faith in his reform agenda, if one exists at all. Professor Wole Soyinka, on his part, faulted the president's national broadcast for not addressing the violent crackdown by security forces on protesters. He said, my primary concern, quite predictably, is the continuing deterioration of the state's seizure of protest management. He said such changing of civic deserving recurrently goes to arm the security forces in the exercise of impunity, and condemns the nation to a seemingly unbreakable cycle of resentment and reprisals. Live bullets as state response to civic protest, that becomes the core issue. Even tear gas remains questionable in most circumstances. Certainly, an abuse in situations is of clearly peaceful protest. That's from Wole Soyinka. The PDP, through the National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Debo Ologunagba, described the broadcast as diversionary and insensitive to the plight of Nigerians. He said quite a lot as regards party lines, but then also Mr. Femi Falana, SAN, discharged the president to address the demands of the peaceful protest. Noted that the president's speech delivered fell short of addressing the key demand of the protesters, which is reversal of policy of withdrawal of fuel subsidy. NLC, while reacting, lamented that the president's speech did not address the anger of the protesters, especially the youths, saying the president heard the youths but did not listen to them. One of the leaders of NLC said, and I quote, "We are completely disappointed with the president's speech. There was nothing concrete as usual. It was all about promises." And we also have here NECA also had quite a lot to say. The National Association of Maritime Transport Operators condemned the president's broadcast, saying the quality of his team cannot win the nation's battle against hardship. The president of NAMTOP, Mr. Yinka Arowen, said that it was obvious the president was disturbed by the protest, and he called on him to ensure protesters killed by security operatives got justice. But then security operatives and their handling of the protest, basically, and that's what that is about. Also, on the front page of Guardian also addressed reactions of people to the broadcast, the reactions of many Nigerians to the broadcast. Many Nigerians who have been hopeful of the president's soothing words to perhaps calm the nerves of agitated protesters nationwide got his speech, but without the much needed soothing effect. The broadcast was about 15 minutes long, 2,078 word speech, catalogued the controversial policies of the government, but then ended without addressing any of the 10-point requests of the protesters, and much for the concerns of most Nigerians. So much have been said. Reacting to that, we also have Eze Onyekpere, a fiscal governance expert and lead director at the Center for Social Justice, said the president spoke about a plethora of initiatives. So much. They are supposed to be ongoing and provide succor, but the bulk of the proposed beneficiaries are the ones championing the protest. These programs are paper tigers, he added. They only work for a few politically connected individuals, unfortunately. There's a lot of people said a lot in reaction to the president's broadcast. So let's have a conversation around that. That's what we're going to be looking at this morning solely. Do you agree that the speech fell short of expectations and did not really address the demands of the protesters? Or do you think the speech was fine and it addressed the real issues? It spoke to the issues of the protesters. What about this call for dialogue by the president and some governors? Is that a good alternative to the protest? Is that the way forward? Is that what we should be talking about now? Dialogue, having dialogue with the organizers of the protesters. I mean, one would think that they had ample time. The announcement for this protest was almost a month before the protest kicked off. Almost about a month before the protest kicked off, there was quite an ample time for dialogue. But now this renewed call by the president for further dialogue, or for dialogue at all, what do you think about it? Let's have a conversation about it. But before we open the phone line officially, Fuad Sahid.
Well, Sandra, I think we've said quite a whole lot as to whether the address by the president touched on the weak issues, the demands of the protesters. I think that to a large extent, yes, at some point the president showed some empathy, addressed one or two issues, but the core of the demand of the protesters were omitted, were left unattended to, were not really addressed. If you look at the speech, really, there was really nothing tangible about the hardship in the land, the suffering in the land, the rising cost of food and living in the country. I think what happened majorly was the president deflecting on the issue. That's why I said that the speech in itself was more argumentative than persuasive. Argumentative because it was more about trying to justify all of the policies of the government that the protesters are even questioning. And that's why I told you earlier, the first thing would be for the president to admit that there was an error of judgment in the way some of those policies were implemented. Without him first admitting that there was a problem, we are not going to get anywhere. Really. The same thing. That was why when people demanded for, the president needed to address us. I was like, I wasn't shocked really that the address didn't really address any issue. Because the first thing would be for us to see the president, his handlers and the presidency first agree that there was a problem in the way those policies were implemented. That's why even in planning, in crisis management and planning, they will first tell you that, look, you must first understand what the problem is and where the problem is coming from before you come up with any kind of plan. Else, you will be progressing in error in trying to solve. In fact, what you will do is to create more problems trying to solve one problem. So at the end of the day, the president needs to look at those policies that have brought this untold hardship. And that's why, like I told you, Olufaso's article for me just answers it all. Yes, the president talks about courage, but what manner of courage would make a president implement a policy that was going to have a far-reaching implications on the livelihoods of Nigeria without due consultation, without proper planning? It's obvious from what we have seen in the last 1 year of this administration that there was no plan. And we also pointed that even the renewed manifesto, we even brought out the article that the president wrote in 2012, which talked about, look, even if you are going to remove subsidy, you must have concrete plans on ground. You can't just remove it by fiat. So what has changed? And that's why we are in this crisis. Even though some of us believe that subsidy was never the problem, that the problems around subsidy could have been addressed than removing subsidy. And you asked a brilliant question this morning, Sandra. We are now very comfortable with a palliative economy than a subsidy economy. And now the palliative is not even solving any problem. We are ready to subsidize food, in rice. We are ready to now begin to give money to the governors who at the end of the day have been getting in the last 8 months. Their revenues have increased. Some of us are worried. We'll be making this kind of error. So that's why perception is key. He needs to first surround himself with the people who are going to tell him the truth, not the psychopath. It must start by the president first admitting that he made a mistake in the way he removed subsidy without any plans on ground. Now we are now doing trial by error. We are now talking about CNG. That's why I told you, we have an opportunity to fix our refineries, ensure that Dangote refinery produce enough crude oil to feed our local refineries, refine for local consumption, tinker with our own prices to an oil producing nation. We left all that. We are not able to do that. Import fuel problem. The one that is so difficult to handle, CNG, is the one we are not talking about. Can you see the problem? The one that is so difficult that we have no experience in, we have no technical know-how in, that will take us years to be able to put the structure in place, is the one we are now talking about. Whereas the one that is so easy for us to quickly handle and resolve and begin to address our critical issues, we have left that undone. Whereas we are focused on the more difficult one. That's why I said that
right.
The one that is easy, we left. We are not doing the most difficult one. Whereas the rest of the world are even moving away from that one we are now trying to. They are talking about electric vehicles.
Thank you very much, Said.
God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you very much. Appreciate your contribution to the Mainland Focus for this morning. All right. Well, the phone line is officially open. Now you can call in and share your own submission as regards the focus for today, which is reactions to the national broadcast of the president yesterday. What says you? 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call. 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call. For text message, for WhatsApp messages rather, is 0913-6000-430. 0913-6000-430. That is the number for WhatsApp messages. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop your comment in the live chat section on both platforms, and we would read them as the show progresses. Thank you very much for staying with us. This is Mainland 98.3 FM, and you're welcome. For those who will be calling in, you have just 2 minutes. Please let's stick within the 2 minutes time frame. Would really appreciate if we can respect that. And also, more importantly, let's keep our language clean. We can, of course, express our thoughts without having to resort to some discolorful language. All right, very, very important. Once we know that, it's either you take it back, you apologize, or we have to move on to the next submission. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Sandra?
I'm well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm Samuel. I'm calling from the kitchen party.
Samuel from Ketu.
Yes, yes.
All right.
I want to quickly react to today's discussion.
Yes.
When you want to study boundaries, you look at his antecedents, you look at his mindset, and you look at his IQ. What I just want to say about the antecedents of our president is that look at the way this man was treated when he looked straight at his eyes and told him the truth in July. Look at the way APC and DP matter. Then look at the issue of 20 billion naira to revoke the president of vice president compared to the amount given to appropriated for the support of student loan, 21 billion to 56 billion naira. 56 billion naira for the future of Nigeria in terms of supporting education. And look at the way Lagos State is being held captive. These are its antecedents. No accountability. That is what is planning to replicate at the federal level. He doesn't want anybody to question him. His government cannot take us to anywhere. What I know is that at the end of the day, all the blood of those people that have been killed, it will be
very, very, very circumspect. Oh no, let's be very careful with assertions that we make. Very, very, very careful. I'm going to be paying extra attention henceforth. So please, yes, you can air your thoughts, yes, you can air your views, but sometimes whilst you're doing that, you may run afoul of using some certain statements and phrases. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
My name is Femi. I don't know why we are dancing so much on the issue of this government.
Okay.
This is a master strategist that is still handling the affairs of this country for just a year and 3 months. He still has about 3 years and 3 months to run up his fourth term before we start talking about the second term, which of course I know is going to win. We should allow this man to marshal his plan for us. Let us give him some time, because a master strategist, we have myriads of ideas. And then let us just allow him be picking it out one after the other. At the end of the day, before the expiration of this first term, one of them will work. You might be thinking, why is it sounding like this? I am not, because the way it is now, everybody's, he's having tension. Look at the way what has been making noise since yesterday. Take it easy, take it easy. Your kids are best, and you too, Sandra. Let us just take it easy. We will get there. The problem is that we just don't know when we will get there. Because if I want to start talking now, this man has done so well. This man has done so well. You just have to give him this time. He's a master strategist. And we have to give him master strategist a lot of time to start picking up his ideas one after the other. One may fail. We are not going to kill him for that, but let us allow him. He has about 1 billion ideas. So let us just allow him. So let us take it easy. People should just find a way of eating pap and gari. Just eat something. Don't kill yourself, because this country will still be better. Please, that's what I want to say this morning. People should just take things easy. I beg you. Àti work or àti wọ́n yẹn ẹjọ́ ẹjẹ́ bàbá ṣe tó fẹ́ ṣe o bàbá máa múlò ìdá o ẹjọ́.
All right.
Ìbá sọ fún yín ebe ẹ̀kọ́ ẹnu ẹ̀ láwa yẹn.
It's okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Femi Jegede. Thank you for sharing your thoughts there. I don't know, but is it just me? I was sensing a bit of sarcasm there, but it's fine. Let's move on. Hello, good morning.
Omobola,
Yes.
good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we thank God for another day. My name is Ambrose.
All right.
I don't know whether that was satirical or rhetorical, the last caller, concerning our master strategy. Omobola, this man told us that his lifelong ambition is to become the president, and he's already there now. Omobola, I'm not happy this morning. I'm not happy because this man is not doing anything to, assuage Nigerians. This man, to me, is trivializing that position. Because when you see what Nigerians are going through in terms of food, in terms of drugs, you will, I really don't know why the president will address Nigerians on a particular issue, and the address yesterday had no direction. Omobola, this man is telling us that we should adjust 21 billion naira for VPs, 90 billion naira for Hajj, 1.5 billion naira for the president's wife car, yacht, presidential plane, and then Akpabio told Nigerians that they should go and protest, they will go home and be eating. So what money cannot do, more money can do. Omobola, how can we get out of this mess? Omobola, our purchasing power is getting reduced. As I'm talking to you now, petrol is 900 naira in my area. As I'm talking to you now, what I can use 10,000 naira to buy just last month, 15,000 naira can no longer buy it. Omobola, and people are telling us that we should keep quiet. And this man, he has not done anything concerning his salary. He has not done anything concerning his standard of living. He has not done anything concerning the presidency to show us that he wants to cut, but he's telling us to manage. Omobola, what is soon Nigerians? All
right.
We are tired.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
This is Mr. Fᴏᴜᴜ.
All right.
Yes. I think Mr. Femi is threatening Fuad and Omobola. That should be taken note of very seriously.
Yes. I think he was just being sarcastic. It's fine.
No. We better take it seriously. Yes. It's a threat to we, the people who have the voice to speak. And this is what is killing us in this country. And everybody has the right to express his feelings or his opinion about things, but not to threaten people who are defending their own positions as far as issues are concerned. Well, that's by the side. But on the president's address, yes, I didn't expect anything better. Because all this while there is like he was pushed to talk. People were saying, let the president talk, let him address us, this and that. When Obasanjo was in government, he was having press conference with journalists almost every month, whereby he has direct feelings of how the people and the pulse of the people is, and he'll be able to respond to them directly. Since our president came to power, this is 1 year, he has not for one day, apart from the debate he tactically avoided, just like Buhari did. Then we are not talking, we should remove sentiments, we talk about reality. Yoruba said that Sunday that will be good, we start from Saturday. Patient until the country is gone. Kenya did not have patience for a week before they revolted. Nigerians have had patience for more than 8 years. We have not revolted. Just peaceful protest. People are complaining. Should we not talk again? Should we keep quiet and leave things to die like that, or things to get worse every day? What excuse will we give our children in future? You know, if somebody is feeding fat, Yoruba said, you know, if somebody has eaten and settled his own pocket, he don't want others to talk. No, it can't happen. I'm happy the last speaker was analyzing things we are going through. They are facts. They are verifiable facts. We cannot run away from them. It's not about the rhetoric. It's not about painting, sugarcoating issues. It's about reality. Protest to do what? Make adjustments.
You as well. Thank you very much. And let's move forward. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that one. 10 minutes past 9. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't forget, we're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. I would carry on with the phone calls, but we'll be moving to messages.
Mr. Robert, it's Oga Fᴏᴜᴜ. Good morning, sir.
Carry on. He's with us.
Okay. What the president said yesterday was what we understand. In Nigeria, we did not just went on the streets to protest. Even there are so many people at home who are not protesting, but they are feeling the pain of this government. You understand? So yesterday address, I was expecting him to say, okay, maybe the fair price and open the border for mass food deportation. But that shows that the president does not have the interest of the people in his mind, and it's very, very bad for his government. My point is that if we Nigerians can feel the pain of this government in 1 year, just 1 year for months, how is it going to be in the next years coming? The democracy is about the people. When you are ruling in the direction that the people who put it there do not want, they have the right to protest. We don't want your direction. It's not there for you to reverse back when things will get better. But the way the president talked yesterday, it showed that what we are crying for is not interested about him to rethink and advise him.
Yes, good morning. Joshua, we can barely hear you.
Yeah, this is Joshua about maybe the party, the ruling party, or the individual which is the president. Please, let us be objective. Some people I've heard some people this morning said, the thing is, he talked about his achievement. If you have counter claim, if you have counter argument, bring it forward. You talk about all his achievements so far in the next 1 year. You bring your own argument that you have not done this thing. The only issue I even see in this issue now is the issue of how do we assess some of all these policies? How do we assess them? That should be the issue. Because
may I ask
I did not see anything in what he said.
Joshua, may I ask you a question? Hello? Hello? Oh, wow. I was hoping to engage you further, Joshua. I wanted to ask, if you are familiar with the demands of the protesters. I just wanted to know that so we can carry on the conversation from there. That was what I wanted to. So if you can call back, I'm really curious. I'm a little bit intrigued as regards, your submission this morning. So I just wanted to ask, are you familiar with the demands of the protesters? Just a question. Just curious. All right. Well, what we have now is 15 minutes past 9. We'll take some messages at this point now. I have here on Facebook, Benjamin from Shogunle is saying, good morning, Sandra and Fuad. To me, the speech of President Tinubu yesterday didn't address the issue on ground. Single out of the numerous demands of the protesters wasn't addressed by the speech. The speech wasn't different from Democracy Day speech. It's all grammar of he has done this, he has done that, which are not visible to the average Nigerian who is facing hunger and hardship. President Tinubu needs to come back again and readdress Nigeria. The Nigerian problems are the cabal in the oil sector. The president should tell us how he wants to face them squarely and stop their wicked activities to free Nigeria. The CNG buses are supposed to be rolled out by now. 1 out of our refineries is supposed to be working by now. The president should fix Nigeria before things totally get out of hand. And that's Benjamin from Shogunle on Facebook. I also have here Muiwa from Abuja saying good morning. There's no hope for having functional refineries soon. It's a shame we have to endure another. Also have here Steve, refineries so that we can still looks like election promises. When are we going to start seeing all these promises? The prices of goods and services have gone too high. The government don't have any plan for the poor masses. We should all take care of ourselves. Steve Uyi sharing that one on Facebook there. Frederick Morka on Facebook is saying, I heard nothing but a roll call like a campaign speech. Just calling billions and trillions, interventions and palliatives that are not getting to yesterday when those armed wielded thugs came running at the protesters. Double standards. Frederick Morka sharing that one on Facebook. I also have here still on Facebook, Robert Alozie, let him reduce the price of world prom price back to 100 naira. That is all. One love. And that's Robert Alozie on Facebook. Still on Facebook, I have Hola Ahmed. It's evident we don't have a listening president, but a national leader of APC. The president's speech once again demonstrated that. How hard is it to at least fix our refinery? Okay. Oh, well, so help us God. James Ogbonna on Facebook is sharing. Maybe it disappeared. Well, contrary to what I've always said regarding to interview them, it was a beautiful experience for me as I joined many journalists. However, I was disappointed yesterday. I went late to church because I wanted to hear what the president had to say. For me, he only reminded Nigerians of his achievement, which the ordinary hungry man on the street can't relate with. My biggest anger is the fact that hoodlums had to chase those who continued their protest yesterday in Lagos after his broadcast, and the Lagos Commissioner of Police declaring any further gathering unlawful. Who does that? He should be taught the rights of Nigerians. Is there any more hope? He didn't talk about how much gari, rice, and other goods in the market cost because he's not aware, and his speech writers are hiding it from him. What will removal of import duties on some food items and drugs for 6 months do for us? When I heard the president tell the world that the law will catch up with those promoting ethnic bigotry and profiling. On the mastermind is okay. I think I'll end that at that. Patrick Obiazo, thank you very much. I appreciate your message. Let's go back to the phone line. 0913 6410. Aftermath of the presidential speech yesterday, national broadcast. What says you? Do you agree with quite a lot, majority of school of thought saying that the president's broadcast fell short of expectations? Let's have a conversation. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that one. 0913 6410. Oh, hello. Oh, it was on hold. Oh, yeah. All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I can hear
Hello,
you.
Sandra.
Yes, I can
Hello,
hear
good
you.
morning.
Good morning.
God bless you and Fᴏᴜ. God will continue to protect both of you.
Amen.
In the greater might. The thing is this. The thing always surprises me about our leaders. When they are outside government, they will be talking. They are the best person in the world. Talking all the good things that if they have the opportunity, they can do it. Look at what Ashaju is doing now. He said that where is the there's one name they used to call themselves. Oh God.
What's that?
There's one name they used to call themselves progressive. Where is the progressive in this attitude? There's a problem in the country. People are demonstrating. Instead of you to go straight to the point and address the issue, you are talking another thing. That's your achievement. That achievement you have rolled it out during 1 year in office. We are only talking about what is happening that is affecting the masses, that is affecting the people. Everybody, nobody that is between the does affect. Everybody is facing hardship. Whether you get, whether you don't get. It's very, very annoying. And then we criticize Buhari the other time that he's not doing that's not the plan of APC. That the Buhari is not executing the plan of APC. Now you are now there. Do something that people will see. Not be so just come to the news or the news and talk, continue to analyze something that people are not seeing. People are saying that he has addressed this. Is that what he's supposed to address? Is that what the people are demanding? All he's talking, he didn't talk or he didn't touch anything concerning the issue that people are talking about. He only talk about his achievement, which does not affect any normal human being on the street. And people are now, some people are still there defending him that he's doing the right thing. It's very, very unfortunate. Well, we continue to face it together. There's nobody that is accepted. We are all facing the problem together. Whether you are APC or you are PDP, you are all this. You are Labour. all of us are facing the problem together. There's nobody that the government is doing a special thing to them that they will not affect other people. So, thank you very much. God bless all of you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have it.
And you as well. Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Sandra.
Good morning, Mr. Peter.
Yeah. Hello, my friend Swan.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. God bless all of you.
Amen.
Yes. My take on this issue of the president broadcast and all of that is that the entire thing he said was just mere grandstanding. There's no sincerity. The Nigerians have lost faith in this government. Because the trust gap between the people and the government is wider than the Atlantic Ocean. So we don't trust him. I personally don't trust this Asiwaju man. Because when he was in government and the governor of Lagos State for 8 years, I went to his office. I know him very well. I went to apply for him to finance, for the government to finance a book I was writing. And I know that he cannot pass the litmus test of corruption.
Barrister Peter.
Those are weighty allegations.
So
Maybe we should avoid.
He had a flip again with the corruption this thing. They stayed in his office for 2 weeks. I'm aware. And he entered a flip again.
What we cannot verify, let's leave it out of the conversation.
You can investigate.
No, let's just address these current issues. Let's address the current issues.
What do you think of his
address, his broadcast? Let's just address that.
The address to me is grandstanding. He has not addressed any of the issue. When he was, he said that he met an empty treasury. To believe him because the
thank you
that were looted. Peter. Yes.
All right.
So
thank you very much.
God bless you.
God
bless all of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. All right. For what side? You're welcome into the studio.
Thank you for having me. I don't know. I just thought that we should just restrict ourselves to addressing the focus, the issues, which is the broadcast of the president. Past experiences, personal experiences are not completely fit for radio because we can't verify really some of these things, and we should avoid.
It doesn't sound like a personal.
So let's just leave it.
Kind of submission.
Yeah.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Madam Sandra, good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Long time. This is Samuel calling from Ujedu.
Yeah, it's been a while. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. I heard Sandra now saying something concerning the president, saying that those who are promoting ethnic and
yes.
Okay, now is the president not aware and where that thing is coming up? Is the president not aware that issue is coming up in his state where he came from? Is he not aware?
Maybe he's now telling those people who are doing that to stop.
Okay. He knows them. You don't need to tell. He knows those people promoting that ethnic thing. Last week I called on the radio, another station, and I mentioned it. I said, why is it that now that people want to protest and people in Lagos State are telling us that people cannot protest in Lagos, that anybody that want to protest should go back to their state? And I'm asking this question. Is Lagos State not part of this country?
The president is warning them in his broadcast.
Okay. Now, those people that want to protest, that they live in Lagos, they pay their tax in Lagos, so they have every right to express themselves in Lagos State. As far as you live in Lagos State, you are paying your tax to Lagos State government.
Any Nigerian anywhere in Nigeria has the right to protest. So I think that is established. So what exactly do you think of the president's broadcast?
Yeah. Is that the only issue?
I was not expecting anything because there's not anything new that he would tell me that I will even, because the way you guys read it, I didn't listen to the speech, to be sincere, because yesterday I was in the church in the morning, so I didn't listen to the speech. So, according to what I heard, so the speech to me, it has not even addressed any issue concerning the protest. It didn't address anything.
All right.
So it's just a way of, okay, now your children, let's say your children come to you as a father, they say they are hungry. Instead of you to look for something for them to eat, now you are not telling them that this is what they are planning to do or what you are. So I don't understand.
Thank you very much. Let's stick within the 2 minutes time frame that we've allotted to each caller. I would really appreciate that. And for further discourse, in order to just cut this or nip it at the bud, any Nigerian in any part of Nigeria, wherever you find yourself as a Nigerian in Nigeria, you have a right to protest. So let's just nip that at the bud and move forward. What are your thoughts? Analyze the president's response to the nationwide demonstrations, his broadcast, his speech yesterday. What are your thoughts? All right, let's have a conversation around that. 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Kambelina.
You see, yesterday, thank God, I didn't listen to that speech. We managed to have like that morning.
How do you want to
analyze
talk about it since you didn't listen?
When I saw national anthem, I switched off my TV.
So how do you want to talk about it?
What do you want to say?
What do you want to say about it now since you didn't listen?
You people are coming for me. You are coming for me now.
I'm just asking if you didn't listen
when I saw the national anthem, that old national anthem that your brother wants to speak, I switched off the TV. It is my right to switch off the TV because I know it wasn't going to tell me.
It's your TV now. You bought it with your money, of course. Nobody's going to stop.
Because I knew it wasn't coming up with nothing.
Oh my goodness!
And I wasn't disappointed. I started seeing those this thing online and all that when he was talking about the what he has done. He did the Calabar Lagos Calabar this thing. You know, just diversionary. Thank God I didn't listen because I knew from the get-go that look, these people, you want me to talk, let me just throw something out there so that they will say I've spoken. He didn't say anything. Don't forget his supporters will still come and tell you, the president did very well. He did very well. So me, thank God that I didn't listen, so I'm not disappointed.
Right.
But my issue is this. The WHY that he only criticized the fact that they didn't mention the police brutality. Is that the only thing that he saw wrong with that speech, the whole of that speech, that he did address even one of
he's
the
entitled
demands?
He's entitled to his own, the way he's viewed, his perception.
That man has disappointed me. More than even the person we're talking about.
It's your right to feel disappointed.
That particular professor has disappointed me.
It's okay.
More than the person that we are talking about now here.
All right.
It's so shameful. Is that the only thing that he saw wrong with that speech?
Do you wait?
This is very bad. If this is hello.
I'm with you. We're with you.
If this is a Nigeria that they want to live for their children, I thank them very well. But this is the.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kambelina. Sincerely appreciate, deeply rather appreciate your contribution.
He started by talking about his rights to switch off his TV, but questioning the rights of President Olusegun.
I'm sorry, but from the moment he already mentioned that he didn't listen to the speech, there was nothing for us to discuss because even before we started the show this morning, we reeled out the highlights,
summary of the highlights.
Yes, the major highlights from that speech. So even if you didn't listen to the speech, then you would have at least heard. Professor Mᴏജᴜ is the problem. It's fine. You're entitled to your own perception as well.
And Prof too has a right.
This is what and chose or selected the security operative operation as your own, thoughts.
Mr. Kambelina is very interesting with his comments. So let's just
let's take some messages from WhatsApp. I want to take from Facebook, but still pouring in. All right. WhatsApp 9:32 a.m. and this is Mainland 98.3 FM. Let's take some WhatsApp messages. I have here. Good morning, Fᴏᴜ, management of Mainland FM. Okay. As for the solution to the problems in our country, what the masses expect from President Tinubu's broadcast yesterday is as follows. 1. Announce the revert of the pump price of PMS to 118 naira, the way he met it. Announce that our refineries will start working before the end of August at full capacity. That he will compel GENCOs to stop the increase in electricity tariff with immediate effect.
You want him to lie to you?
It's not GENCOs that will do that though.
Discos.
The discos. But then it's fine. Command all security chiefs to move their offices to the northeast or bandit-infested areas to tame the bandits so that the people in the IDP camps can go back to their ancestral homes and farmlands. Trust me, you will see that people will drop this idea of protest as prices of goods and services will drop automatically. Stephen Akínbísọ́lá from Ijegun sharing that one. I also have here Owen from Lagos. Well, for me, the address from the president on the hardship in the land was on point. At least now Nigerians have an idea the type of Moses we have and how long we are going to be in this wilderness for. Owen from Moses, I think that's another sarcasm there. What Mr. Fᴜᴜ did this morning was quite an interesting one.
It was an interesting
Debo from Owuro. The president's speech met my expectation 101%. The protesters' demands were not smart. The reforms are here to stay and the economy is taking shape. The reason why many Nigerians are saying Buhari ruined the economy is because of payment of fuel subsidy and the fixing of the exchange rate, and yet they are still complaining after Tinubu has done the opposite. Nigerians will only complain, but as a great leader, the president will take us to where we ought to be, but not where we think we want to be. Fuel subsidy is gone. Otilo. The federal government has done a lot, from student loan to consumer credit to loan and grants for small businesses, that a wise Nigerian will take advantage of instead of being consumed in his numerous complaints. There's no going back as the reforms are here to stay. God bless Nigeria. And that is Debo from Owu.
Sandra, a house has defects, structural defect. There are cracks all over a house. And it has been suggested that, look, the house must come down for you to rebuild it. And you know that there are people living in that house. Are you going to just demolish on them or have a controlled demolition? That's what we are saying. Even though subsidy was not the problem, we had agreed that it must go. How should it have gone? That's the question.
Noah from Igondo. The president's speech was a rhyme. He scored himself very high in performance. He maintained and emphasized that fuel subsidy removal has come to stay despite its biting effects on the masses. Very unfortunate that a seemingly progressive leader could be so rigid and nonchalant to his citizens. Let the protesters go back home and attend to their family's survival. Maybe a time of doom will be a time for boom. Noah from Igodo sharing that very, very interesting one. I also have here Michael from Alimosho saying, as it is now, all we need to do now is just wait and let this phase pass. Let us manage whatever comes to us, pending when this administration is over. Our suffering is just doing press up. And there's bright light at the end of every darkness, my sister. My brother, thank you very much. It's all right. I also have Joy from Ogba sharing. Good morning. The speech was very weightless. How would you say you are giving incentives to farmers to boost production when any plan on how to secure them on the farm? A plate of food in Unilorin is 2,500.
A plate.
My niece came back malnourished. It's sad. Master strategist without a strategy. Joy from Ogba. I don't know have conversation as regards students and what students are going
through at this time.
This time. Hi Sandra, happy new week. Hi Fuad. Happy new week. Yes, everybody in Nigeria today are hungry, including the president too. His wife just harvested vegetables.
No, you can't say the president is hungry now.
The president is not hungry.
I have not told you he's hungry, so let's be careful. Really.
Any president said they'll be eating.
Yeah, so
UK is a very good cook. Even if at all he and his family are getting their own food in a special way, but I believe their cooks will be telling them how the prices of the commodities are skyrocketed at market. I want to beg Nigerians, let's be patient. President Bola Tinubu won't disappoint us. Yes, we might be facing hard time today, but the hard time has limited time. I want to beg protesters to go home and make their demands to Professor Wole Soyinka or Baba Bisi Akonde. These two men will meet the president on their behalf in the manner of dialogue. And it was going well. This message was going well.
I think we have sarcasm in that.
I just lost myself. I don't know. It was going well. And lastly,
and it ended badly.
Alabalakwe from Sabo Ijewoni Baojo.
Oh, okay. So it's the one thing we should be watching and back on it to take it to the president.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. Now we get where the message comes from.
All right.
Achogba Solomon from Idimo. My only surprise is that I'm surprised at the people who are surprised at Tinubu and APC. The speech is as empty as that of Buhari's speech whenever forced to speak. He just came to play politics, blame opposition, and also threaten. Obasanjo had a live call-in program every last Saturday of the month called President Speaks. For debate, they said it's his choice. Anyways, we warned Nigerians. They can unleash the state power against the people they are already oppressing. The people who are supporting in any way and those who are silent, it will get to a point.
Though the presidential media chat of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, an opportunity to speak to Nigerians. But the way he handled it then was problematic. Half of the time, he was always bullying the what's it called? The panel.
The press, yes.
He was always talking down on them. A lot of time, he would not even allow them to ask questions, So, but again, he was always talking to the people.
He opened food.
At least he opened, but a lot of times he would just talk down on them.
Thank you for balancing that out for us. It's okay.
I'm just saying.
It's all right. It's okay. All right, moving on, still on WhatsApp, I have here, good morning to everyone in the studio. Please, letter to the president. Mr. Tinubu, reverse the economy back to the way it was before he came to power and bring back subsidy. Stop deceiving us that subsidy has been removed. And the protest will end immediately. People are dying and hunger is everywhere. Thank you. And that's Dan P from
Gondo, yeah.
All right, let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good morning. Hello. Oh, we lost that one. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Sandra, I listened with a keen interest to that very broadcast. And I can tell you for free, that broadcast is as empty drum. There is nothing in between to hold it. That is just the truth. I listened. I did not go out to protest. And I warned my people never to go out to protest. And they never did. The only thing is that we locked down our business premises, no business in solidarity with those who are protesting. But I can tell you for free, there is nothing in that speech. Now, there is something I want to bring out here. These people have not disappointed me, in all honesty, because I know that they are not going there to do anything. They just want to answer name of being a president for president's sake. Not that they want to better the life of anybody apart from themselves. But right now, for the people who are still believing that the president has something to offer, I want to put it to them. Can the president just grant an interview to Fouad for just 30 minutes, one-on-one discussion, or any media team of his choice, for you people to see that the man you people have been following for the past 20-something years is as empty. He's just an overhyped man. I'm being very honest with you. You talk about the presidential media chat. I want anybody to fact check me. Obasanjo in his 8 years spoke to Nigeria through presidential media chat 44 times. Yar'Adua did it 7 times. Jonathan did it 22 times. Buhari did it once. Tinubu have not done it. You know why? They have nothing to say. There is no economic plan. There is no developmental plan. All they have in their kitty is only propaganda and nothing but that. Nigerians, we are in for it. Take it or you leave it. We are going to buy a tuber of yam any moment from now for 15,000 naira. Then all of us gonna say the jungle don't mature. It don't mature. That's just the truth.
Thank you, Don.
And nothing but thank you.
Don Peters, thank you.
Yeah, well, yes. Who says it will start a media chat tomorrow?
It's too early.
He has about 3 years to go. So
that's an inconvenience, but that's 2 years and some months to go.
Well, see, this is semantics. Just saying almost the same thing. So,
when is it 3 years?
But what I'm saying is that he wanted him to address the nation. He did. If people are calling for a presidential media chat monthly, you would surprise that he might just start it. But it's not starting it that matters really. Would he be using that platform to really address the issues? Like I told you, Obasanjo did it severally, but a lot of times he talked down on the panel and even the callers.
All right. Well, so we have a few minutes to go. We'll wrap things up with a few messages. It is still Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. We're currently looking at Mainland Focus, and the focus, of course, is reactions to the national broadcast of the president. The major headline on the front page of The Guardian read, "Outrage over rehash of old policies, threats and failure to soothe protesters." Vanguard reads, "Tinubu's broadcast fell short of expectations." And we also have here on the front page of The Punch, "Hunger protest, Tinubu's speech attracts knocks and kudos." We have some people who have, it
was a fantastic
praised the speech, and then we have some people who felt disappointed by the contents of the speech. What says you? Let's see. We have here Wilfred from Surulere. "I laughed when some people were clamoring for the president's speech that Tinubu should address the nation. When I don't hear it, I won't hear. When I don't know this man. If you're not among his loyalists, he's careless about anybody's worries." And that's Wilfred from Surulere sharing that one. We also have here a good morning. Oh no, I've taken this. All right, I'll move to Facebook then. We have here on Facebook Chris Ewalen saying, "Good morning. The president's speech fell short of my expectations. I expected him to address the humongous cost of governance, the menace of terrorists who are collecting tax from farmers and preventing them from going to farm. Stop all the drain pipes, get the refineries to work, and stop the reckless spending in the presidency and the legislature. People are hungry and angry." I also have here Omoni Tokode saying, "Nobody confers the title master strategist on anybody. We are tired of hunger." Kodimo, not part of his campaign. All right, but that's all we can take anyways. I just want to ask a question for it.
Yeah.
So we saw the first lady, with
basket of vegetables,
very rich and fresh looking vegetables.
Yeah.
We now that the first lady is, harvesting in less than 3 weeks.
So people said maybe before the video he had started planting. I was asking Oni yesterday. He said, it's almost like she started planting before.
Immediately she got to the house, she knew there would be hunger, so she started planting.
No, well, whatever. She has a basket of vegetable harvested. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Do you think we should maybe expect a reduction in the allocation to the kitchen in Aso Rock?
I don't know how big the Aso Rock farm of the first lady is to be able to take care of the feeding needs of the Aso Villa or the first family. But I shouldn't
expect.
It will not happen. I think what she was probably just doing was to encourage more Nigerians to do some form of domestic farming, subsistent farming, small gardens, buckets, and all of that. I think she just wanted to encourage people. I felt that a good idea, but I think the communication is poor. That's what I would say.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know how to farm. If there's anybody out there who would like to put me through, I'd like to use the back of Mainland FM.
To teach you how to farm.
I'd like to use the back of Mainland FM to, put up some vegetables. Vegetables is good. It's healthy. It's very good it's nourishing.
The first you talked about buckets. You don't have to have a big land space. You can look at buckets. You can. I think the idea is great.
I didn't say I was looking for land. There's space behind Mainland FM, and I will do it.
But the information management and communication around it from the first lady is completely poor.
You said that before.
Extremely poor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's all for today on Mainland Focus. We'll take a break. We'll be back by 10 a.m. for Global View, where we'll be looking at the top trending stories on the international scene. But as we always say, the conversation never ends here. There's so many other things, so many other programs to come lined up for your listening pleasure that will be addressing so many other issues as the day goes on. Okwayemi Akinode will be in the Situation Room by 4 p.m. We have Mainland Metro by 1 p.m. We have Mainland Business Cafe by 11. So many programs that will definitely be looking at the state of the nation. So stay tuned to Mainland 98.3 FM. We'll be right back.